How's it going, guys, and welcome to my new series with Portsmouth. And I actually did a video for this series originally, earlier on in the week. And somehow the audio didn't get recorded, and by the time I went to edit it, the audio wasn't there, so I've had to do this one. And I actually were really pleased with that first video I did there. So that got lost, basically, or the audio wasn't there. So here I am doing the first video all over again. And it's pretty late on in the season, technically, to be doing a first video. It's October, 21st of October, but it is what it is. This will be a long save, so there's plenty more videos coming up. Um, the main reason me wanting to do a Portsmouth save is because I really wanted a lower league English save, a lower league team, someone to build up, someone, rewarding for me, as a football manager fan, and a player. And, I started a save with Preston last year, and I just wasn't feeling it. Or within doing one video and playing it, I just wasn't feeling it. Didn't see anything good coming of it, so I stopped it. And I really hate doing that, to be honest with you. I hate starting saves and then just ending them. But with Portsmouth, I see um, me doing a lot of seasons with them and just building them up and seeing what I can do with them. So obviously, the main goal really is to get them into the Premier League. Portsmouth, of course, up until a good few years back, they were playing in the Premier League, playing European football and winning FA Cups. Um, and I actually really liked Portsmouth. I thought they had a good team at the time in the Premier League. I remember Jermaine Defoe, Peter Crouch up front. They had Dihara, Lassana Dihara, Glenn Johnson. I'm sure Glenn Johnson played for them for a bit. They had a good team. David James in the goal. Sol Campbell played for them for a bit. I'm sure he did. So, Portsmouth, to see them go back, to go down to League Two. Um, I actually didn't like it. I kind of sad about that. I was sad about that. So I'm just going to go through the general stuff at the moment, guys. Okay, so they've got a capacity stadium of 20,100, and they actually founded in 1898. So that is a very old club. Obviously playing in Fratton Park. Um, they've got an estimated value of 13.75 million. Average ticket price 15 quid. Average season ticket price is 280. And there's 11,100 season ticket holders. So hopefully we can improve that. Facility wise, I've already said the capacity. The stadium condition is good considering it is an old stadium. Undersoil heating, no. Roof, no. Grass, of course. Very good pitch condition. Adequate corporate facilities. Impressive training facilities. So that would have carried over from the Premier League, I reckon. Below average youth facilities. But at the moment in time, I'm not really looking to bring, players through. I'm trying to get players in to get us to where we want to get. Youth level 3. Adequate adequate junior coaching and average youth recruitment. Affiliated clubs, I've tried to get, a bigger club as a parent club, but the board weren't having none of it for some reason, so I'm going to have to do that again in the future. Um, Bognor Regis and Gosport and Havant and Waterville are actually like, where the parent clubs are them, so we've actually played them in pre-season, all of them in pre-season as well. So I'm going to go through, I think I'll go through the transfers first and then go through the schedule that we've had. Um, okay, we've sent out quite a good few people out on loan. I really don't want to go into that too much. Lewis Gill, Connor Chaplin, Chad Field, Dan Butler, Jack Maloney, Patrick Ayerman went out on a free transfer just to release a little bit of funds for potential contracts. Brandon Hoonstrup went to Eastleigh. Connor Chaplin went to Macclesfield, but he's recently gone to Dartford. And Nick Orford went to Hayes and Yedding. I remember when Hayes and Yedding were actually two individual teams anyway. But the players we brought in, Yannick Bastos coming on a free transfer. He is a Luxembourg international. He was very lively in pre-season. Still only 21. You know, is he going to improve a lot? I don't know, but he is a lively player when he actually gets on the ball. I will be seeing how he gets on in the league, but we haven't really needed to use him so much. Next of all is Ivan Klasnik. He's actually in the under 21s at the moment. He's just basically come back from an injury, so I've been trying to get him fit. I will be putting him into the main team actually right now. So yeah, you know, Klasnik, let me just quickly look at his stats. The guy is a beast for League Two, 17 finishing. He's got some really good mental attributes, and he's only 34, which is not a bad age, you know. Penalty taking 16, technique 15, off the ball 15. So in the area, you know, he's going to be deadly. Composure 16, concentration 15, anticipation 17. So if we can get the ball in towards him, he will bury him. But that's if he can stay fit. Natural fitness of 7, you know, bit Owen, Michael Owen territory there, innit? Joe Ostenbo. I remember this guy playing for Liverpool back in the day. I remember him on some of the earlier football managers. I've had I've actually used him quite a lot before in previous football managers, and he always plays good. So bringing him in on a free transfer, he's played 13 times in the league with an average rating of 6.63, which is not good. But he's a limited fullback, so really he's just staying back in defence really, and he's not really going forward too much. So maybe I might have to change that around to get the best out of him. Who knows? Um, but people that's played Football Manager with me knows that I like to play limited fullbacks for certain reasons. Danny Potts coming on loan from West Ham. Really bright youngster he is for this level of football. 20-year-old, got a good work rate, which I always look for. Teamwork 16, which is really good. Tackling's going up, so he's a improving player. So maybe if we can bring him in on loan next season as well, that'd be good as well because he's improving, and I dare say West Ham would like to let him stay at the club. But his contract expires in 2015, so I don't know if we'd be able to maybe get a cheeky bid on him on a free transfer. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. And then we got Liam Craig in from Hibs for 21,000, which I do think is a great bargain. As you can see, for this level of football, 27-year-old, he has got great stats. He's already scored a great free kick for us earlier on in the season. 18 free kick taken, which is really good. Passing 14, which is good. Determination 15, that stands out. You know, I've been using him basically as a central midfielder on support. So I really want him just to pass the ball around, collect the ball, pass it on, get it forward if he can. So I'm really happy with that. With that, buy there for 21,000, you can't go wrong. Next of all is Kwesi Appiah from Crystal Palace for 130,000. So far, so good with this guy. 7 goals from the 13 appearances in the league, and he's also scored 1 goal in the cup. Average rating of 7.04. And by the way, the reason why I've had, a little bit of money there is basically, I asked the board for more, a bigger wage budget, and they give me like 22 or 23,000. So I put some of that into the transfer budget and got these players. Um, Last of all with the transfers is Bilal Momzi, I think that's how you say it, from Rangers for 18,000. Well, let's just say now it's £19,000 because there were a little extra fee added on. I just wanted someone in defence I was very confident in. I'm confident in this guy, especially this level of football, like I keep on saying. But this level of football, you need to have confidence in your players. If someone gets the ball, you don't want to be panicking, thinking they're going to do something stupid. And with him, I do think he's going to get the ball, collect it, tackle, collect it, move it on. No funny business. And so far in the league, he has played well for us with a 7.11 rating. So that concludes the transfers. I'm going to go through the schedule. Okay, so we've had quite a few games. Pre-season were good. We went undefeated in pre-season. 0-0 against Crawley. 2-1 against Bognor Regis. 5-0 against Gosport. And 0-0 against Havant and Waterville. I think that's how you say the name. I remember they played Liverpool years back in the FA Cup and did pretty well against them at Anfield. And then we started off the season with a 4-2 win against Exeter. Really good performance that was. Then we had a 5-3 defeat against Reading. We had a really good performance against them, actually going 3-0 down at half time. I think it were anyway. Yeah, about 3-0 down about half time. And then we scored 3 goals. And I was actually speaking to my friend Aaron on Skype at the time. And he's actually a Reading fan. I don't think he believed me that we got it back to 3-3. But Reading's fitness levels were better than ours and ended up winning 5-3. We had a 3-1 win against Cambridge. 3-2 win against Northampton. Really good performance that was. 1-1 draw against Oxford, which I was pretty happy with because Oxford are a pretty salty team for this league. And then we had our first defeat of the season, which was actually the video that I did, which the audio got lost. 2-1 against Newport County. And then we went on a 4-game winning streak against Cheltenham. 3-1 in the Johnson's Paint Trophy first round. And then we beat Burton 2-0, who are currently first in League Two in real life, I believe. And then we beat Southend 3-2, which is a really good win. That Southend, they've got a good team in League Two. And then we beat Dagenham and Redbridge, I think it is, 2-0. And then after that, it was, a 3-game losing streak. Played good in these games. This is the thing. We played really good. In fact, against Wickham, they outplayed us big time. And Wickham, they beat us 3-1. We didn't get anything together. All the players defensively were terrible. But in the other 2 games against Hartlepool, we played some good football. We're just really unlucky in front of goal. Lost 2-1 against Hartlepool there, and then 3-1 against York. I was very, very confident going into that game against York. I thought we were going to turn them over, and they just, in front of goal were deadly, and we were very unlucky, basically. And now we're currently on a 3-game winning streak, beating Plymouth 2-0, Mansfield 3-1, and Bury 2-1. So, I'm going to show you the league table. We're against Stevenage in today's game. Okay, League 2. So yeah, we're currently third, 25 points, 2 points ahead of AFC Wimbledon. My main goal is for automatic promotion, so if I finish in the automatic promotion spots, I'm really happy. Portsmouth, I think, are currently like 10th or 12th in real life in League Two. So finishing in the automatic promotion spots, I will be very, very happy. I think so far our best player has been Ched Wallace. It starts to going down there. Sometimes that happens with training. That's when you need to step it up a little bit for the players when they start going down. But yeah, he's a 20-year-old, and he's just a really good player for us. He's been outstanding. I'll show you the tactics that we'll be using for this game. I will play an app here in attacking midfield, but I've just rotated him back up front again because he does like scoring goals. He's got 8 goals for us so far. So I've rotated around a little bit. Liam Craig is a little bit banged up. He keeps on picking up knocks in the games, so I'll have to keep an eye out on him. I'm going to put Klasnick on the bench. Klasnick, so I say 85 rating, so he's just gone back from injury. So let's go to the game, guys, against Stevenage. Let's look at their lineup here. Okay, that's an interesting formation anyway. Okay, yeah, let me just look at the team here. And I've mentioned a few players that I've brought in, but I think the players that stand out that are already in the team is obviously Wallace that I've just mentioned, and the young defender here, Jack Watmouth, or Watmouth, whatever you want to pronounce it. Looks like he should be in ABBA, Dancing Queen and everything like that. He just look at that hair. I mean, I was speaking to Zulu Ninja the other day and we were speaking about this guy's hair. 18-year-old. He's got, a report of potentially having a 5-star rating, and people don't really like looking too much into the ratings or the potential of it, but I do. If my scout is saying this player is going to be good, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to believe him. And you can just tell if a player is going to be good. He's 18. By the time he's, say, 24-year-old, he's going to be a good player. Improve his marking, improve his tackling, of course. Some of his mental attributes and physical attributes, his strength, especially. He's 18 years old, he's 6'1", 12, nearly 13 stone. So he's a big lad, he's a big teenager. So I'm really interested to see how this guy's going to get on. And apart from that, I'm going to be trying to improve all aspects of the team, you know. But I think Jack Watmouth, Wallace, Appiah, Liam Craig, and potentially Danny Potts will be here for the long run. So let's go to the game anyway. Okay. Always, really, I'm just trying to make, mark the main players that will be causing us a threat. Okay, Dean Parrott. Normal, continue to team talk. Okay. Got to admit, this Portsmouth team have been pretty responsive to most of my team talks. They're not really divas. And what I mean by that is just like shitty attitudes. They're pretty cool, easy to talk to, and I think they respect what they're saying. You go to those other clubs where you give them some constructive advice and they'll just be like, don't even understand it. So, well, Danny Potts got tackled there fairly easily. Okay, Watmouth, good tackle, but they collect it again. Parrott, and it's goal for Stevenage to make it 1-0. Bradley Gormston or whatever. So we're still third. Okay. Like Craig to Tubbs. Tubbs is dangerous. Wallace. And he scores. Looked like the first touch we're going to take it away from him, but Jed Wallace kept his composure and equalises for us. Right. Their defence seems a little bit fatigued there already. So maybe we can take advantage of that in the second half. I might go attacking. Okay, good clearance there. Go on and collect it. Well done, lad. Right, can Tubbs get onto this? And then Bellet. I don't know if that's a youngster from Fulham. Barchman. Potts. Barchman again. Tubbs. Appiah with a goal there. So that's why I put him back up front. Because he likes scoring goals. And we move up to first. So I don't know if to change things around in the second half. Or keep it like this. Because we started playing better as the half went on. Ben Close is having a pretty shitty game. I'm going to bring on Danny Allens. Plays in the same role. I'm going to keep an eye on Liam Craig. He's the Fabregas of the team, basically. Yeah, guard against complacency. See, most of them respond well. Danny Potts, the dickhead, is a West Ham player, so he doesn't matter. I'm joking. Got to start second half. Alright. 55 minutes. I'm basically doing this video when I've just watched the UFC. Now, if any one of my subscribers is watching this and are a fan of the UFC, please leave a comment. Anthony Pettis has just basically had his ass kicked against a pretty heavy underdog, I'd say. Right, 2-6, right. Henry. Ooh, come on, clear it. Yes, Jones collects it. Right, let's take off Liam Craig. Yeah, it got completely dominated by Dos Anjos, and I knew potentially let's play with two ball winning midfielders there. James Duncan plays a box to box midfielder. Yeah, I knew potentially Dos Anjos would have a good chance, but I didn't think he was going to dominate him like that. I had Pettis as the favourite and Dunn with a goal. What goal? I had Pettis as the favourite, but the way Dos Anjos just controlled him in every single round. I don't think really Pettis had a minute in that fight where he looked like he could do anything. It was just one of those weird fights. Um, but yeah, huge UFC fan. So if you are a UFC fan and watching this, please let me know. And maybe one day we can have a chat about MMA or, just fighting in general. It's pretty cool. Hollands to Wallace. To Dunn. Come on. That's it, Monson. That's it. Watmouth. Come on. Pass it out wide to Austin Bohr. Hollands to Dunn. Appiah. Hollands to Matt Tubbs. Parchment with the nice goal there to make it 4-1. Look at the smile on his face on the picture. I mean, he knows he scored a good goal. Yeah, and I've been playing a network game with Zulu Ninja recently. Um, Potentially we'll be doing some sort of a video for that. He actually beat me the other day when we were against each other. So, you know, I reckon he'll probably do a video. I'll do a video on our channels about that network game. So you'll hear more about that then. But yeah, I'm really happy with that performance there, which makes us good top of the table. So played 14, won 9, drawn 1 and lost 4, 28 points. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be uploading as much as I can on this Portsmouth save and my Everton save, just uploading as often as I can. I try and do, twice a week on each save if I can. Play it as often as I can and just, get the videos aside so I can upload them periodically. So, appreciate any views. Take care.